Alright, so it's been about an hour since the NHL draft lottery concluded. I was going to do a reaction video right away, but I wanted to, calm down a little bit because obviously you guys should know I'm pretty upset right now. The lottery results are on the screen. I'm not going to curse in this video. I'm not going to do any editing or cuts or anything like that. It's just going to be all one take, my reactions. Buffalo at number 8, New Jersey gets number 7, Anaheim at number 6, Ottawa at number 5, Detroit at number 4, Ottawa at number 3 with the pick they got in the Erik Karlsson trade from the Sharks, LA at number 2, congrats to them, they jumped up a lot, and they could definitely use a player in the top 3. And then number 1 goes to a team that we don't even know yet, a team that is competing for the Stanley Cup, which to me is just the biggest joke that I have seen in any professional sport in my entire life. A team has a chance to win the Stanley Cup, and if they lose, oh, then hey, it's okay because we now have a chance to draft a potential franchise-altering player in Alexis Lafreniere, and teams like Ottawa and teams like Detroit, who really need a player like that, don't. And I know I'm just a biased, upset Red Wings fan right now, but even if I was a fan of the Ottawa Senators, I would be extremely upset. They had a very high chance of landing at number 1, especially considering they had San Jose's pick, but here we are, man, LA at number 2, and then a playoff team at number 1. A team like Edmonton, a team like Pittsburgh or Toronto could end up with Alexis Lafreniere in their lineup next season, which I really just can't comprehend. Something has to change. The NHL draft lottery is broken in my opinion. I'm not going to say it's rigged or anything like that. I mean, it could be, but I don't really think it is. Just because Detroit lost, I'm not going to say that. But, man, when I saw Detroit's logo at number 4, that was one of the most devastating moments I have ever endured as a sports fan. I had it engraved into my brain that Detroit was going to get Lafreniere, and if they didn't, then they would most likely end up with a guy like Quentin Byfield or Tim Stützle, but none of those 3 are going to be on the board at number 4, in my opinion. They're still going to get a good prospect, Jamie Drysdale or Jake Sanderson or, Marco Rossi, Lucas Raymond, one of those guys, but those top 3, in my opinion, are really all going to be the real deal, and it's tough, man. It really is. Detroit has, dropped a total of 9 spots now over the past, 3 or 4 draft lotteries, which is pretty crazy, but this wasn't the way to go. I remember people were complaining about the original lottery proposal where Detroit would be guaranteed a top 2 pick. Everyone was complaining about that, saying they shouldn't be rewarded for being awful. Is this any better? In my opinion, this just feels wrong. I was mad when Detroit was at number 4, but it made me even more mad that a team competing for the cup has the potential to land a player like Lafreniere. I would have been less mad if it was Ottawa or Los Angeles, a team that really needs a player like that at number 1. But man, that just was the icing on the cake. I was so excited for this. I don't know why, again, because Detroit has had awful luck at the draft lottery over the past couple of years, but this is crazy. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. Make sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you were a fan of, say, the Columbus Blue Jackets or the Minnesota Wild, do you prefer your team lose the play-in round and have the potential to draft at number 1, or do you want them to, go all the way and win the Stanley Cup, of course, which is probably going to be, the popular answer, but I wonder if we are going to see some, tanking in the play-in rounds to have the potential to land that number 1 pick. I mean, that would be pretty insane. This is just capping off a ridiculous past couple of months. 2020 has just been literally awful, and for me, this just capped it off. I don't know how it could get any worse. Number 4. Again, we're still going to get a good prospect, but I watched every single Detroit Red Wings game this season. Do you understand how painful that was? And I really thought it was all going to be worth it, and we're going to have a potential franchise-changing talent, and we still could. You never know. Detroit's current GM, Steve Yzerman, was selected at number 4, but, the likelihood of us getting a player, that's going to turn into be a Hockey Hall of Famer and NHL legend is very slim, but let me know your thoughts. Are you happy with what happened? I know there are a lot of people that just love the chaos, and it's probably good for the NHL. It's going to have people more interested in the play-in rounds, but I don't know. That's going to do it, though. At least Detroit sweep the season series against Montreal.